Hi viewers, welcome to World of CNC. In this slide number 7, we will see the introduction about milling operation. First of all, we must know some important points. What are the things to be memorized? Number 1 is axis notation. What are the axes we are using for milling operation, types of machining centers, and how the tools are arranged in ATC. ATC is nothing but automatic tool changer. How to take offset like X, Y, Z. Say before starting the machine, after fixing the component, we have to take X offset, Y offset, Z offset. Then only the tool will follow our coordinate values. The next one is cutter radius compensation. What is cutter radius compensation? Different types of compensation, where to apply and how to apply CRC. The last one is what are all the G codes and M codes for milling operation. Frequently what we are using, that we will see. This is the diagram for vertical machining center. Here that component is fixed on the table. Simply it will move in X and Y direction. The cutter is vertically mounted. This is called Z-axis. X, Y, Z, all the three axes we are using for milling operation. And next slide will be horizontal machining center. Here the axes are varying. This one is X-axis and this one is Z-axis. Vertical movement will be the Y-axis in the horizontal machining center. And next one is automatic tool changer, ATC. The ATC, n number of tools are arranged with serial numbers. Easily we can identify the cutters, so that we can call the tools with serial numbers. Correct tool numbers we can call. And next one is we have different cutters with different lengths. For example, face milling cutter, boring tool, T-slot milling cutter, back boring tool. See, these are all for examples. Okay, so each and every cutter is having its own length. The fixed points are common, but the distance between the tool tip and the work surface will be different for each and every tool. To compensate these heights, say before starting the machine, we have to enter all the length of all the tools in the machine itself. To compensate these heights, we are using G43 code. This is nothing but a cutter length compensation. And the next one is how to take offset for X, Y and Z axis. First we will see the X axis. Say first of all we must know the center point of the workpiece. This is X axis and this one is Y axis. In this diagram it is clearly shown. This is X axis and this one is Y axis. The vertical movement will be the cutter movement, that is nothing but a Z axis. Okay. Initially the tool is at the reference point. For example, N mill cutter, 10 mm cutter we are taking. Always take the middle point of the cutter for all the references. You just bring the tool to touch on the left side of the workpiece. When the tool is touching from the reference point to this center of the cutter, some value will come. Take that value and then lift the cutter and shifting the cutter to right side of the workpiece to touch. That time also we will get some value. Now we know the difference between these two points. Dividing it by 2, we will get the center point of the workpiece. Same procedure for Y offset also. Lift the cutter, go back to reference point, once again bring the cutter to touch rear side of the workpiece. Some value will come. From the reference point to this point, some value will come. Note down that value and then shift the cutter to front side. When the tool is touching front side, some value will come. Now we know the difference between these two points, and dividing it by 2, we will get the center point. And one more thing, how to take Z offset. X and Y is over. Z offset, say bring down the cutter. You just bring down the cutter to touch on the work surface. From the reference point, slowly bring down the cutter to touch on the work surface. When the tool is touching the surface, go to offset page against tool number. For example, this is a tool number 1. Against tool number 1, against Z, you just double click, the value will become 0. Then the Z offset will become 0 point, so that when the tool is touching the surface, it will take it as Z0. After that, according to our coordinate values, if that Z value is negative, it will go inside the component. If it is plus, it is above the work surface. Like that, we have to take X offset, Y offset, Z offset. Okay, after entering all the values, we have to start the machine. That is the procedure. And next one is cutter radius compensation. So there are 3 types: G40, G41 and G42. If it is G40, G40 is cutter radius compensation cancel. If G40 is given, automatically the center point of the cutter will be matching our coordinate points. For example, this is the reference point. From the reference point, the X value is 5. From the reference point, the Y value, center point will be 40 mm. This is 5 mm and this one is Y axis 40 mm. So that the coordinate point will be 5, 40. The center point of the tool will be exactly matching that point. Okay, if the cutter size is 10 mm diameter, okay, when we are moving the cutter to the next point, right side 5 mm, left side 5 mm, extra material will be removing. That time we cannot maintain the dimension, we are not maintaining the dimension, simply we are creating the profile, that's all. Simply we are moving the cutter to the next points, that's all. Suppose sometimes we have to maintain the dimension of the profile inside or outside. Say this is this dimension we have to maintain. Okay, outside material to be removed. That time the cutter has to come outside of the profile. Outside only it has to rotate. It may be clockwise or anti-clockwise. If the cutter is moving the clockwise direction around the profile, the cutter position is left. Okay, our component is right side. Always when it is moving like this, cutter position is left, so that we have to give left compensation. The same tool is the inside of the profile. Okay, outside we have to maintain, say inside material to be removed, that time the cutter has to rotate inside only. If it is anti-clockwise direction, the cutter position is left here also, so that we have to give G41. If it is outside but clockwise direction, G41. If it is inside but anti-clockwise direction, G41. Here the cutter position is right side. If it is moving in the anti-clockwise direction, outside, G42 to be given. The same cutter, it is moving inside of the profile, but it is a clockwise direction. Here also we can give G42. Okay, that depends upon the cutter position, whether it is rotating in the clockwise or anti-clockwise. We can give G41 or 42. Okay, by seeing this diagram, easily we can understand where to give G41, where to give G42, and how G40 is applying. And next one is some important G codes, what we are frequently using. G21 is a metric input, G94 or G98. Say both are feet per minute. Some machines will accept G94, some machines will accept G98. That depends upon the manufacturer. G40 cutter radius compensation cancel, 41 CRC left, 42 CRC right, and 43 is a tool length compensation to compensate the tool heights. G90 is absolute command, G91 is incremental command, and G54 to 59 we have 6 work coordinate systems in the milling operation. Why? Because at a time we can accommodate 6 components on the milling table to save time. For example, we are writing G55 in our program. Automatically the tool will come to G55. There only we have fixed our component and it will perform the process. Instead of 55, suppose we are writing 58, the tool will directly come to G58 where the workpiece is fixed. It will perform the operation. G99 and 98, say both codes already we have used for feed rate. One more time we are using the G codes G99 and G98. This is for drilling operation, particularly for safety return of the tool. Okay, suppose G98 or 99 we are using for drilling operation, we can change the feed rate. So we have alternate codes for feed rate. That time we can use the separate code. And these are all some important M codes. M03 spindle clockwise direction, M04 spindle on counterclockwise, M70, 80, 71, 81. These are all some special codes for mirroring operation. Sometimes we have to do the mirroring operation. We have to create the profile in all 4 quadrants. That time we can use mirroring commands. These 4. And M98, 99 is nothing but a subprogram call and subprogram cancel. Finally, at the end of program, we can use M30, that is nothing but a program end or rewind. Okay, these are all some G codes and M codes frequently what we are using for the milling operation. Okay, just to go through the slide, you understand the concept, memorize some important G codes and M codes, and then start writing the program. It is very easy to understand. You just go through this. In the next slide, slide number 8, we will see profile milling, how the profile is created by using end mill cutter. That we will see in the next slide in detail. Okay, this is the introduction about milling operation. That's all. Thank you for watching. Hi viewers, welcome to World of CNC. In this slide number 7,